Hey everybody, it's Mark, Dr. Deadwax. Time for day 40 of the Inbox Challenge. And today's numbers... Wait, are you looking over here at this? Are you looking ahead? Are you cheating? Are you doing what Panix does when he reads the description? No, wait. Stop cheating. Today's numbers were picked by RedLetterHaze. I don't think they make videos for the VC, but they watched, I think, every one of the Inbox Challenge. So thank you very much for watching. They picked 4 numbers. And we're going to do all 4 records. And those of you that are cheating already know what the first record is, if you know what the first record is. Anyways, the first record is, sorry Rob, just having fun with you, the Notorious Byrd Brothers by the Byrds. And this was their 5th record. It's on the standard Columbia label. So this is not a first pressing. The first pressing was on the 2i Columbia instead of the standard red Columbia label. Also, in the Deadwax, Kevin and I have been talking about this via email. There's a T, which stands for Columbia Terre Haute plant, and there's a 1, meaning it's the first plate made off of the master. So 5th record, more drama associated with this record, more rage quits than a music forum on the internet. Just unbelievable. Crosby quit because they wouldn't do his song about, they wouldn't put his song about a threesome on the record, and so some guy quit because Crosby was a pain in the ass. And Crosby quit because they wouldn't put his song about a threesome on the record, and the guy who quit came back, and another guy who quit before came back when he heard Crosby was gone, but he quit 3 weeks later, and then the guy that quit and came back, he finished out the record, and then they fired him. So, and apparently this is David Crosby, although nobody else says it is. Cool, very cool capital inner. That's pretty psychedelic. So this is a 1971 reissue of a 1968 record. I love that inner sleeve. That's real op art kind of design. So this is a good record. I don't know. I'm not a massive Byrds fan. But this is well done, and it has kind of some of the classic jangly guitar Byrd stuff. Then it's got some psychedelic Byrds things, and it's got like a precursor to whatever the hell the country record they did next was called, and so it's got like a country song that foreshadows that record. It's got some cool studio effects on it. It's one of the first records that has a Moog on it. If you want to know more, I think Glass Orchid did one of these in his, I think he did this record in his 30-day challenge. So you can always go dig that up. It's a good record. I recommend it. I mean, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the Byrds. Next record is Fleetwood Mac Bare Trees. This is on Reprise. This is on the Solid Tan Reprise label. Now, as you can see, the number there is MSK2278. Now, if you see that in the Deadwax at 7 o'clock, that, let me see if we can make it bigger. That kind of logo that looks like a circle and a square and a circle. That is for MCA Records. So MCA pressed this record, and the MSK2278 I told you to look at, that indicates that this is a 1977 reissue of this 1972 record. So, and US pressing. So, by then MCA was pressing the records. I think MCA, Warner, Reprise, they were all starting to really become amalgamated into one big company. And this was repressed after, or reissued after the massive success of Fleetwood Mac, the second self-titled Fleetwood Mac record, in Rumors. And this like achieved some gold or platinum or something because this is probably the best record of their pop music pre the Fleetwood Mac record. This is actually a pretty tight record. Some great songs on here. Sentimental Lady by Bob Welch. When he left Fleetwood Mac, he re-recorded a more poppy version of that song, and that was a massive hit for him that was a massive single for him. Dust by Kerwin. That's an excellent song. And Spare Me a Little Love Your Love is a great Christine McVie song, which is kind of a precursor to the songs that she wrote during the self-titled and Rumors period. So I highly recommend this. This is not a blues. This is not Fleetwood Mac doing the blues. But this is a really, really good record from 1972. And I'm just kind of buying every Fleetwood Mac record I can find to explore the back catalog, because in 1975 when the first one came out, I was like 9 years old, and I remember that, but I wasn't overly exposed to all the stuff before it. Next is a record. I picked this up for Jesse, but when I contacted him, he already had it. But this is Styx, Man of Miracles, and this is on Wooden Nickel, which was the original label that Styx was on for the first 4 records, which is like Styx 1, Man of Miracles, and The Serpent Rises or something were the 4 that were on that. So there's the Wooden Nickel label. Looks like a wooden nickel. This is a U.S. pressing. There's a bunch of weird stuff about this. This is a U.S. pressing, but it has this piece of tape on the corner that says BXL10638, and it's on both sides. Now you can see that the catalog number on the record is BWL10638, and then BXL10638 is the sticker. So BWL1 was the U.S. catalog number, but BXL1 was the Canadian catalog number. Now on Discogs it says this record is pressed by RCA, but here's a U.S. pressing with the Canadian catalog number on it. So obviously Discogs is missing information as per usual. So it looks like if this was truly a Canadian pressing, the first Canadian pressings were U.S. pressings that had a sticker on them and were sent up here. But I actually bought this record in the States, so. The other weirdly odd thing is there's 2 different plates used on this. One side has this machine pressed matrix code, machine stamped matrix code, as you can see here. And then the other side has a handwritten matrix code. And the side with the handwritten matrix code has a TMLS in it, which stands for the Mastering Lab, and the S stands for the slave. So they would run a master, a slave, and then if there's an X, that means they ran also an auxiliary third press if it was a really big run. So it means if they ran the S that there's an M, so that means there's TML, M, and S plates of this. But the plate with the machine, the side with the machine numbered stampers, that does not have a TML plate. So that plate was made somewhere completely different. So no idea quite what's going on here with this pressing. Styx, Man of Miracles, musically. Pretty good record. Never heard it before. Kind of liked it. You could hear where Styx came from, and you could kind of hear where they were going on this. After the release of this record, they were signed to A&M, and I believe A&M later re-released all of these. I know that this is available in an 80s reissue in a really strange cover. So, first 4 Styx records, you'll see them out there in A&M, but if you see them on Wooden Nickel, you should try and pick them up, because they're a little bit rare. They're Styx, so they're not overly valuable, but they are different, and they have different masterings and the whole thing. And the last record for today is a U.S. pressing of Band on the Run. So this is by Paul McCartney and Wings. Interestingly, though, on the spine it just says Paul McCartney, and on the cover it doesn't say anything. Now, on the cover here, of course, we can see Paul McCartney and Wings, which at this point was just his wife, Linda, and Denny Lane. Because just before this record was, they went to Lagos, Nigeria to record it. Just before they left to record it, one guy quit a couple weeks before, and then another guy quit the day before they left. So there's only 3 of them left in Lagos to record this record. So the 3 of them recorded this record. This is a U.S. pressing, and it's on the Band on the Run Vanity label, which shows the 3 of them. Basically, Wings had 3 different lineups over the years, but these 3 were the same all the way through. So this is a U.S. pressing. Now this is a U.S. first pressing. Actually, at 7 o'clock, while you can see it, you can see that there's a Wally down there, which is one of the things I wanted to show. This is mastered by Capital Wally. So you can see it at 7 o'clock there. This is and you can see mastered by Capital at 1 o'clock. And on the top of the label, you can see that Apple is still referenced. So this is a first pressing because the Apple is still referenced, because in 1975 this was reissued in the United States, and MPL is just below the SO 3415 catalog number. It's just below the SO 3415 catalog number. Again, you can see the Wally at 7 o'clock there. So SO 345, second pressing, has MPL, no Apple, no manufactured by Apple on the top. Now the U.S. pressing of this record on side 2, U.S. and international pressings of this record on side 2, have the addition of a song in slot 3 called Helen Wheels. Now Helen Wheels was a non-album single that was released before this record came out. McCartney did a lot of that, an awful lot of non-album singles he released. And so they released Helen Wheels, because they needed more time to work on the record, and it was a big hit in the United States. And when they released this record in the United States, the American company, the American head of the company, they shoved that in here. I'm not sure if Paul knew initially that it was in there, but so the UK pressing didn't have that. But to capitalize on the hit, the UK did. So mastered by Capital. Oh, so on this cover, a couple interesting people on this cover besides the band. The names of the people on this cover are Michael Parkinson. He's a chat show host and journalist. Kenny Lynch is an actor. Now this guy here, you might know him. Now that is Christopher Lee, who did the Hammer horror films. I might have these backed up. No, that's James Coburn. And then this fella here, I probably got these backed up. This fella here in the top is Christopher Lee, who did, I got these backed up. Anyways, one of those guys is Christopher Lee, and one of those guys is James Coburn. And Christopher Lee, I think, was in Lord of the Rings and is most famous for Hammer horror. And another one of the people on the cover is Clement Freud, who's the grandson of Sigmund Freud, and John Conte, Liverpool boxer who became the world light heavyweight champion. So those are the people that are on the cover. He later kind of took that image for the Spies Like Us video with Chevy Chase and those guys. Now this is McCartney's biggest record of his. This is probably the biggest record and the most critically acclaimed record of his solo career, and definitely the most critically acclaimed record of the Wings period. Photos of them in Lagos, Nigeria during the recording session. This one, like Venus and Mars, comes with a poster of Polaroids, and these are Polaroids shot during the recording sessions and their time in Lagos, Nigeria. The record was produced by Jeff Emerick. Now, we've talked about Jeff Emerick on the Inbox Challenge before because Jeff Emerick was the producer on Sgt. Pepper's, who subsequently went on and did this, and also did Imperial Bedroom by Elvis Costello. And what else was I going to say about the record? So this is probably the most critically acclaimed. I like Venus and Mars better. I think Venus and Mars is a better record than this. This is good, but it has some, I think it has more weak moments than Venus and Mars does, which makes Venus and Mars stronger, in my opinion. So, anyways, so that's today's records. Another Wally Trogget. I mean, it's almost like the Wally Trogget challenge lately. Well, the whole thing. It just shows you Wally is like everywhere and was just great. And this record sounds good. Venus and Mars sounds better. Styx, Man of Miracles, first pressing. That's interesting. I don't know if I'd recommend it. Yeah, you have to be a Styx fan. If you're a Styx fan and you want to explore their catalog a bit more and you haven't already, then I'd recommend that. I recommend this. This is a good Fleetwood Mac record. It's a good early 70s kind of singer-songwriter, but not too folky. So it's got a bit more going for it. And the Notorious Byrds brother, it's a good Byrds record that, you know, some say is the most coherent and well tied together record of their career. So that's day 40 done. 40 days. And thanks RedLetterHaze for picking the numbers and playing along. Thanks everybody for watching, commenting, subscribing, heckling, making me speak French. And have a great day everybody. Keep the record spinning.